Okay, just double checking. Good. They got our stakes set 12 inches beyond the area of pavement, so they won't be disturbed by the excavation, and I can set these points. 12 inches, perfect, and right on the coping. Let me double check this as well. Now I'm going to be overlaying this coping. It's a liner pool. I'm using a 3-inch cap as the coping, laying a 2 3/8 inch paving unit. I should have 5/8 inches for the setting bed after compaction. So that means 5/8 plus 2 3/8 for the pavers is 3 inches. So I need to set from the bottom of that level, the top of my string line collar, 3 inches. And it looks like I'm right on. Using a concrete grade stake or nail pin and a string line collar is an efficient way to set lines and be able to replicate them every morning. So all I have to do every morning is come in, reshoot these marks on these stakes, and I'm ready to go. I just want to make sure that when my base comes flush with this concrete from the liner pool, that when I screed my sand, seat my pavers into the setting bed, I hit that coping exactly at 3 inches. This string line here that's going to be setting in this channel is going to be exactly 3 inches higher than the coping, which represents sand and pavers. Okay, is a laser level with a hilty stick. I like this stick specifically because it works on a 0-0 gauge. So whenever I go up, means I'm actually going down, so I go to a -1, so it's a 1-inch drop. If I'm going up, I go down, which is a positive, so it's easy for me to remember. So I'm going to shoot this mark, and it's level. That's my benchmark. Okay, so that's 0-0. The nice thing about using a laser level, it's a one-man operation. I can audibly hear that I'm off, and when I'm right on, all I have to do is make sure my level is straight up and down, my stick is straight up and down, and set it. Okay, now why this is important is because we have a step coming up into this area. We want that step to be a consistent 6 inches in, so we pass the IBC, the International Building Code. So then we'll move out 10 feet, which represents the width of this area, and we're going to set these stakes 2 inches lower to give us our 3/16 inch fall. So 2 inches lower, 0 minus 2, which is great because I moved up, which actually makes me move down. Wouldn't that be wonderful if I was right on first time? I'm going to get my string line up. Notice my string line isn't tied to a piece of old root or stick or anything. I always use new string. Don't waste my time winding up string at the end of every job. It's just a waste of time and money. Paying a guy way more money than I am using string. Great thing about these line collars is I can tie into them very quickly. The reason I'm setting these string lines up, because if these grades represent finished grade of pavement, then from that string line, which is finished grade, I know exactly where the top of my base needs to be. Exactly 3 inches lower than that string line. My pavers are 2 3/8. My sand's 5/8 inches after compaction. So measuring down from this line, I have in this instance 5 inches, which tells me right away I need 2 inches of base brought in. Now that I've got this quadrant of an area, I can quickly go about determining that 3 inches minus 8 inches, I got plus 5 here of base that needs to be brought in. I've got 9 inches here plus 6. So my guys, I got 7 inches here plus 4. My guys and I don't have to talk during this phase of the work because they'll know what I know, plus 6 inches, plus 5 inches. They'll know what I know. The question that always comes up is, what do you do in the center here? That's easy. Take a string line and even temporarily set it up. Make sure it's nice and tight. Now I can check this as well. So 8 inches plus 5 inches.